Hi, welcome to Bing's latest pickup video. This is my flea market finds for the week, actually. Um, Tried going out garage sailing Saturday morning, had no luck at all. Seemed there were very few sales in my area this week, actually, and the ones that I did hit, I saw video games at exactly one, and they wanted like $30 for a PlayStation 1 with a few games. I asked, there were a couple of sort of okay games, nothing amazing. I asked them how much for the individual games. Lowest I'd go was $4 a game. I wasn't paying $4 for them. The best ones were the first Spyro and Tetris Plus. So I passed. Felt kind of crappy that my didn't have any finds for the week actually going into the week. So I decided to hit a flea market on Sunday since there were really no garage sales I hadn't hit. The flea market was the Dixie 400 flea market off of Georgia 400. It's actually really near me. It's only about a 15-minute drive from me. I've gone once before and really found absolutely nothing. Last time I was there, I bought one DVD for $1. That was it. So I haven't been in a hurry to go back, but I didn't want to drive the hour to the Pendergrass flea market like I did last week. So I decided I would just take it easy. I would go to the Dixie 400. If I found nothing, so be it. I actually did find some stuff this time. Luckily, it was much better than last time. I'll start with this one guy. There was a reseller there. Apparently, I found out from someone later on who I bought a couple things from that he goes around at the beginning of the day and buys up like everything good from everyone else dirt cheap and then resells it for more at his booth. The people there don't really mind because they're getting what they want and they're making sure their items sold, which is fine. But it means it's hard to find much that's any good the rest of the way in the place, which just sucked kind of. But I actually got a couple things off the reseller at a cheap price. Most of his stuff was really crazy overpriced. There were some good games, but he wanted like $30 for Xenogears and $25 for Final Fantasy 12, and it's like, no, dude, that's more than I'm willing to spend. I'm sorry. But he said he'd make me a good deal on anything that wasn't marked, which I figured stuff he didn't want to have to take time to price. And that's where I found my deals. I got these 3 items for $10. He originally said 13. I talked him down to 10. That's my cat. Hi, Mist. She's a good cat. She's sweet. She keeps destroying my moving boxes. The first thing I got off him, actually, just because I got that Genesis a few weeks ago, I needed a second controller. I got a Genesis controller. It's the 6-button variety, 3 for 10, so $3.33 a piece. That's a great deal. It works great. The buttons are all responsive. I'm happy with it, especially when it was way cheaper than it would have been to order one offline with shipping and all. Second item ties into something I'll probably be getting in my, I have an online order on the way, but it is an NES Zapper. I didn't have a Zapper, my last one didn't come with one. It's, the orange one, which I've always liked the orange one the most, and that's what I had when I was a kid, and yeah, I'm just excited to play something with this. Whatever. 3 for 10. The final thing I got was a copy of X-Men 2 with the manual for the Genesis. Many of you may know I'm not huge on complete games. I don't really care as long as the game works and plays. I'm happy. But if the manual's there, I'm certainly not going to turn down the manual. I wouldn't turn down the box either. Although I'd rather have the manual than the box, considering I'm planning to use the covers from thecoverproject.net and make my own cases. So if I had the box, I'd probably end up selling it, whereas the manual I'll keep. That was the 3 things I got from the reseller. I was pretty happy with it. Went around the rest of the place. The only thing I saw was one PS3 game for $3 for a while. It's actually just a copy of NCAA Football 10. Thought about buying it for $3, decided against it. Finally found someone with some old school games. He said the reseller left these, and I can see why. They're nothing amazing, but he said I could have what was left, 50 cents a piece, so I grabbed them. First thing, the only Super Nintendo game I got this week is Madden 98. It's one of the last Maddens. It might be the last Madden on the Super Nintendo, so it's kind of the definitive version. And, it was 50 cents. It plays, I could have some fun with it at some point. Not a big on the old sports games, but also had a copy of WrestleMania. This game is absolutely terrible. I tried putting it in the other day. Again, 50 cents though. Yeah, so I grabbed it. Also had a copy of, this is probably one of the better ones from him, 50 cents, copy of Batman for the NES. He has some pretty massive label damage, which is a shame. But, you know, the game's fun. I was actually playing this for a little while the other day. This game is fun. So, cool. And finally, an old favorite, actually, 50 cents. What the heck? Tecmo Bowl. I can see why the retailer passed on all these at 50 cents a piece, though. I wasn't going to. So that's fair. Finally, there's a second building to the Dixie 400 flea market. It's mainly in one building, but there's a second one across like the little street. A little inconvenient to get to, but it's mainly made up of like 3 sellers who have the whole building. They all have a ton of stuff. And this one guy has some games, and he had them last time too, but his selection stunk last time. There was only a couple of even halfway decent games, and they were all like current stuff. Well, this time I saw some NES games mixed in. Looked at the price, and there were some good ones, and they were marked $3 a piece. I asked him if he'd do 5 for 10, and he said yes. So I got these all for effectively $2 a piece. I'm quite happy with them. Got a copy of Star Tropics. Yeah, a little label damage up there in the corner, but not terrible. And this game, I've actually somehow never played this game. Don't ask me how, but I popped it in yesterday, and this game is fantastic. Reminds me of Zelda, only I think maybe a little better than the NES Zeldas. So, this game's great. I'm excited to play more of it. Also got a copy of Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Whoop, there we go. Also, really fun game. My cousin had this when we were kids, and I remember playing it quite a bit. Popped it in, yeah, the game's still fun, so right on. The other ones, I had a copy of Dr. Mario, and this one actually he had the manual for. The manual is kind of rough. Looks like maybe it got wet at some point, but it's dry now, and it's all there. So I wasn't gonna pass it up for $2. I like Dr. Mario. This one I grabbed kind of because I needed a fifth, but got a copy of Mickey Mousecapade, which seems okay so far. It's a little interesting. Played just a few minutes of it, but it was kind of fun. And finally, probably the best find of the lot, a copy of Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link. You know, for $2, that's a deal. So that's it for this week. Actually, those are my finds. I'll be back in a couple days with I have some stuff coming online. I'm going to show you guys. I got them in well, it's kind of a secret. It's something I'm not going to share right now because I don't want people stealing my stuff. But I'm happy with my stuff I'll be getting. I'll show you all in a couple days. I'm also going to be making my last search basically this Thursday, so I may show you that then as well. It's going to be my last search before my move to Illinois because, frankly, I got to keep my money spending low until the move. I got to have money for moving, obviously. After the move, I'll be finding new places. It could be a couple weeks before I actually have another pickup video after the end of this week, but I do have some plans actually for some videos to make in the meantime, so that should be interesting. Alright, well, thanks for watching. I appreciate your time, and I hope you all have a great week.